From the Daily Beast, Trump just hired Jeffrey Epstein's lawyers. He's got Ken Starr. He's got Alan Dershowitz. I don't know. They say the men who helped Jeffrey Epstein walk free in his sweetheart plea deal and allegedly abuse again are now on Trump's high-powered legal team for his impeachment trial. First of all, it is not the lawyer's fault that they represented someone. Everyone is entitled to legal defense. Secondly, Trump's going to win. Trump's going to win. First of all, we knew Trump was going to win because the Senate is controlled by Republicans. But can I just say Trump is going to win because he hired Epstein's team? Dude, if they could get that guy off, you think Trump's not even accused of a crime here. After everything Epstein did and he got away with it, Trump didn't even do anything. Like literally, Trump did not do anything. And what I mean by that is, of course, Trump's physically done things, but he has not been accused of a crime. So he's gonna win. It's so dumb. But he's bringing on Alan Dershowitz. And you know, it's crazy to me that people are dragging Dershowitz for representing people. That scares me. It scares me how the left views, jurisprudence. Like, you're not innocent until proven guilty. They say, believe all women, don't. No. Hold on, man. You got to have evidence. Everyone's innocent until you prove otherwise. And they're even now getting mad at the lawyers for representing people. Nah, I mean, dude, when people are represented, right, that's just because they have a right to representation. It's not the lawyer's fault. We're trying to ensure everyone has a fair trial. Think about all the people who can't get lawyers. Think of the people who, lawyers won't even represent. Yeah, you have a right to legal representation, man. They say the president bolstered his legal team Friday with attorneys Alan Dershowitz and Kenneth Starr, who helped Epstein evade prison time in a now infamously lenient plea deal at the with Palm Beach prosecutors. Epstein originally faced multiple charges of soliciting and trafficking underage girls, but escaped with just 13 months of house arrest in a deal that caused Trump's Labor Secretary Alex Acosta to resign under pressure last year. A suit unveiled by Virgin Islands prosecutors this week alleges Epstein continued to traffic and abuse girls on his private island until 2018. Okay, we got all this. Oh, they even go on to say that he died of suicide. No. Okay, that one, we just had that guy, I can't remember the guy's name. He went on Dr. Oz and he showed evidence to contest that argument. So I'm not saying it's true or it's not. I'm just saying Daily Beast should be a little, They want to say Dershowitz, who has also represented controversial celebrities like O.J. Simpson and Patty Hearst, will present oral arguments at Trump's Senate trial. A spokesperson for the president's legal team told CNN. He previously helped negotiate the non-prosecution deal for Epstein and continued to represent him until at least December 2018. He was also accused of abusing one of Epstein's victims, Virginia Roberts Joffrey. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Joffrey. Dershowitz has denied the allegations. Wait, what? That's, you know what, man? And I don't know much about Dershowitz, but I'll tell you this. He issued a statement on Twitter. He's a Hillary Clinton voter. I think he said he wanted to support Biden in this election, but he's come out against impeachment because he thinks it's a dangerous precedent. I don't know a lot about the guy. Maybe he's a bad dude. Fine, whatever. I don't know. I think he's a Harvard professor. Starr is known for leading the investigation into former President Bill Clinton, a man with his own Epstein ties. Oh, here we go. That ultimately ended in the president's impeachment. Starr joined Epstein's defense in 2007 as the disgraced billionaire was facing possible federal charges. He has since defended the same actions of Acosta, the Palm Beach prosecutor at the time, saying he played tough with the defense team in negotiations. Trump also added Robert Ray, Starr's successor, at the Office of Independent Counsel to his legal team Friday. His defense is currently being led by the White House panel Pat Cipollone, I don't know how to pronounce it, Cipollone, and his personal attorney Jay Sekulow. The president has his own ties to Epstein, who was seen partying and socializing with Trump at Mar-a-Lago as recently as 2000. Trump previously called Epstein a terrific guy, but has since claimed he wasn't a fan of the offender. His Attorney General William Barr, whose own father was Epstein's boss at Dalton, is now investigating the circumstances around his suicide. And we'll go to the next story about how Bernie is being knocked down by this, but I want to point out some really funny things. The conspiracy around Epstein goes in every direction. There's photos of him with Bill Clinton. There's photos of him with Trump. The Trump supporters say that, it's Trump who actually is leading the charge. And during the Obama administration, Epstein, nothing happened to him. And during the Trump administration, the dude actually went to jail. I think it's a fair point. I'm not gonna play any of these silly games, but I do think it's kind of hilarious how the left is like William Barr is covering it up, and the right is like Hillary Clinton and her people, they're covering it up. Like, dude, I don't know who's covering up what. All I know is everything's fishy and everybody's kind of nuts. But I'd have to say this. I think the evidence kind of leans towards it was under the Trump administration that it was actually getting arrested. So credit goes to Trump, I guess. But Bernie Sanders, here's the big conspiracy. We'll wrap up today with this talk. Bernie Sanders is the one being primarily negatively impacted by this. I mean, sort of. There's this conspiracy theory going around, and I see, like, Donald Trump Jr. tweeted about it. And there was, who else tweeted about it? I don't know, a bunch of people. Kevin McCarthy was talking about it. The idea is that impeachment is designed not to hurt Trump because it's helping Trump. It's designed to hurt Bernie Sanders. I want to believe it's true, but it's really hurting Klobuchar and Warren and Bennett. Not like Bennett really matters, but Klobuchar and Warren are like, top contenders for the Democratic primary. Here's what's happening. The story from Town Hall. Sanders gets candid about how impeachment trial is affecting his campaign. They say the United States senators took their oath of office before Supreme Court Justice John Roberts on Thursday as the impeachment trial against President Trump gets underway. 4 of those senators are running against him in the 2020 presidential election, raising questions about if and how they can be impartial jurors as they pledged to be that in the constitutional oath. I think that's a really, really great point. Should be brought up. They're complaining about Mitch McConnell because he said he's going to work with the president's legal team. What about the fact that 4 senators stand to gain politically by impeaching Donald Trump? They're Democrats. So they say that Trump was investigating Joe Biden, his political rival. Okay, well, you guys were investigating Donald Trump. So I don't know. This is a double standard, right? They say that Trump was going to politically benefit from the investigation. Well, they're politically benefiting from impeachment. Shouldn't they recuse themselves? I mean, look, it's already going to swing in favor of the Republicans for sure. But yeah, Bernie, Klobuchar, Bennett, and Warren should not be jurors on this one. They want Trump impeached. They're running for office. The more damage they can do to him in a trial, the better off they will be come November. So I think it's fair to say that's a good point. But here's the thing. A lot of people think that the real goal from Pelosi had to do with, hurting Bernie Sanders, that the establishment is so desperate to stop Sanders, they will also take down Klobuchar and Warren, and they want to prop up Joe Biden. But here's the thing. Joe Biden doesn't do well on the campaign trail. So maybe they're hoping that, like, by stopping Bernie, it's going to slow him down a little bit. I don't know. I'll tell you this. Nancy Pelosi had commemorative pens at the impeachment signing. And I saw a funny tweet. It was like, I can't remember who tweeted it, so forgive me if I'm not crediting you. They said something like, maybe this is why she withheld the articles of impeachment. She was waiting for her monogrammed pens to come on a silver platter, and it was a special order, so it took a couple weeks. She had to wait for the holiday to finish. Once the holiday was over, they started manufacturing the pen. Once the pen was ready, then she delivers the articles. Dude, I do not think there is a conspiracy here. I think Nancy Pelosi is incompetent. She tries to shush the Democrats when they vote for impeachment, but then she goes and have commemorative pens made while laughing and taking like pictures with people. I think it's actually more likely Nancy Pelosi held the articles so she could wait through the holiday season to get the commemorative pens made. And I think it was all set up. I think she rushed through it because she wanted to make sure impeachment was official before she went and got the pens made. I mean, it sounds silly, but I mean, it kind of makes sense. If Joe Biden gets called as a witness, it's going to hurt him too. Bernie's being hurt by it. Warren, Klobuchar, Bennett, they're all being hurt by it. Trump's fundraising off it. I don't know how long it takes to make monogrammed commemorative pens and serve them up on silver platters, but I mean, like, maybe that's the real conspiracy, that Pelosi is completely incompetent, and that's her game plan. I don't know, man. But here's the main point of the segment. I'll wrap this up, okay? Taking it easy right now as we're rolling out the new studio setup. You may have noticed, some of you may not have seen the earlier video, new studio setup. The main point, Trump's got a crack legal team, an all-star team of experts who are so good, they were actually able to get Epstein off with some kind of like sweetheart deal. Not that I'm happy about it, but hey man, everyone's entitled to legal representation, and the government really needs to prove their case if they want to secure, a conviction. So Trump's got a great legal team. Meanwhile, the Democrats are flipping around like lunatics. You've got 4 senators who have a conflict of interest in the case. I mean, they're the ones trying to impeach Trump. Trump didn't call for this. And now they're smearing him over his lawyers. They're saying, oh, because he got these great lawyers, that proves, you know what, man? I'll tell you what. Trump's going to win this. It's a waste of time. It likely will hurt Bernie Sanders and Warren. I don't know if it's going to help Biden other than it's going to hurt Bernie, and maybe that's all they need. But I'll wrap it up. Trump's going to win, and I think the real issue behind all of this is that Nancy Pelosi, now I don't want to say I think it's the real issue, but I think it's more likely Nancy Pelosi wanted to get those sweet pens with her name monogrammed. It's like gold and black. So anyway, there you go. Whatever, man. So listen, check this out. For those that watch the 6 p.m. segment, we got a new studio. Look at this. We got more. You can't see it, but there's a ton of stuff on this table, like cables and bags. Not ready, not quite set up. Couple cameras. We got lights. We gotta organize everything. I got this little mini monitor here. It's really, really cool. So I can just read the stories right in front of me, and I got like a monitor to my right. You can't see it, but I'm gonna be doing a new show. It's youtube.com/TimCastIRL with my buddy Adam. And I'm going to keep, these are going to go same as normal. So you're going to see my 4 p.m. at youtube.com/TimCast, my culture and political stuff here at Timcast News. The new show, Timcast IRL, we're probably never going to say the words Democrat or Republican, right? So I think there's National Treasure 3 was announced. It's going to be silly, but we're going to talk a lot about unknown things. So it's kind of like we're going to talk about cool science. We're going to talk about, I'll put it this way. In terms of subject matter, I think it is fair to say, like, I'm definitely inspired by Joe Rogan. He talks about all sorts of stuff, but it's going to be focused on news stories. So it's going to be like me leading with the news story, and then Adam and I will just like riff on various stories. And so it's going to try to avoid politics, but it'll be very news heavy. So yeah, that's what we're planning. That's why we have this setup with a wide shot, and I've got a couple of different buttons for things, how it works. We're getting it set up. Almost there. So probably sometime next week, but I'll leave it there. Thanks for hanging out. Stick around. I will see you all tomorrow at 10 a.m. Podcast every day at 6:30, and I will see you tomorrow.